Oh, this is crazy. You know who this is? This is Boopac Shakur. Now I really know why the pred catcher community, the poacher community, and the drama community was talking about RP Boopac. So, and I had to have my friends tell me, well, who is Boopac? I've heard about Boopac Shakur. They say, I said, CMN, Boopac Shakur is a predator catcher. He exposes predators. He's caught many predators out there. Before I start the video up, listen, I want to, yeah. So, man who exposed predator, Boopac Shakur, fatally shot in confrontation. Man who exposed predators shot during confrontation. And I'll read this before we start the video up. So this is very good. I hope you guys watch this and share this far and wide. Yeah, maybe we'll do some more stories about Boopac a little bit. Well, we'll start with this. Robert Wayne Lee, a.k.a. Boopac Shakur, was shot and killed during a confrontation when he was attempting to expose 2 child predators. That's right. A Michigan man known on social media exposing sexual predators, which even led to some arrests, was killed on Friday night. Robert Wayne Lee, 40, approached 2 teens seated inside a restaurant in Pontiac, about 30 minutes from Detroit, around 10:30 at night. Local news reported he accused one of them of being a pedophile and punched him during the confrontation. Wow. Okay, let's just get to the video right here, right now.
Those predators shot during confrontation. Notorious Detroit predator hunter Robert Wayne Lee, also known as Boopac Shakur, has been killed during the confrontation of a 17 and 18-year-old who Lee believed to be pedophiles. It's a tragic story, one we'll unpack further for you. Lee, also dubbed Boopac Shakur, as we said, utilized his online presence to confront suspected child predators. Authorities said he posed as a 15-year-old on the internet, and his actions have led to the arrest and criminal charges being filed against several.
You know why this is such a good story? Because there are other predator poachers out there, like Tommy Fellows, a.k.a. CPP, Alex Rose, a.k.a. Predator Poachers Official. You got Ghost, a.k.a. CC Unit. You got Peace Incorporated, Shonda and Eric. You got Rami, a.k.a. Predator Catchers Alliance out there. You got FM, New York Creek Spotlight. You got Matthew, Predator Poachers Toronto. And that's just a few of the main players. There's others out there too as well.
Men. Click on Detroit reported, however, the outlet noted that he mistakenly labeled someone as a predator during his missions, which is an important point to mention. Atlanta Black Star with the details there. Lee, age 40, approached 2 teens seated inside a restaurant in Pontiac. It's about 30 miles from Detroit, around 10:30 p.m., according to local news outlets. He accused one of them of being a pedophile and punched him during that confrontation. This led the teenager Lee hit to pull out a knife, while the second one shot him multiple times, according to the report, citing police, later resulting in his death at a local hospital. The 2 individuals, identified as 17 and 18 years old, left the scene but were taken into custody Saturday per WXYZ. The duo's identities have not been made public. Their charges haven't been announced yet. Now, Lee's family has organized a GoFundMe for his funeral expenses. Also for his daughter, which outlines the importance his family and the community put on his work. Before his death, he sold T-shirts, which are a symbol of his good work. In a GoFundMe created to raise money for his funeral, daughter Lee was recognized as a defender of the innocent, whose work helped expose 132 predators who sought to harm our community's youth. It has raised nearly $8,000 as of yesterday, Monday. A man, 28-year-old Cody Larson, who was present during one of Lee's confrontations earlier this year, told the Associated Press that he wants to continue his work. I really liked everything that he had done. So, Mayor, it's a tragic ending to a bold story. Someone who was and had his reasons in pursuit of justice on behalf of those who couldn't always fend for themselves.
And that is exactly why there are predator poachers out there. Not the stupid drama like the Nunyas, the Predwards, the bitch bots, the Sabbies, or the locksmiths. No, we're talking about the real poachers out there, ladies and gentlemen, like the Tommies, the Alexes, the Goes, the Rammies, the Matthews, all those guys who are doing the real shit. Even Sammy Joe PHI, she's become a good, effective predator poacher, busting some creeps out there as well. See, it's the Predward Defense Force in Silicon Spluchu. They don't care about that shit. Nah. All they want to do is talk about who's a creep, a sicko, who's a sex offender on the internet.
What do you make of it? The ending and his body of work here, 132 predators.
This is something to be commended. I mean, his work, but I gotta be honest, I feel two ways about this. The idea that you walk up to someone and punch them without a trial is something that we should not be celebrating. Vigilante
No.
sounds good on Batman, but in reality, the outcome may be just like this one, where someone lose their life, even when they're doing a noble job. I think his willingness and wanting to go and assist police officers in arresting child predators is something to be praised. Him setting up an online platform to catch people.
You know, another good predator poacher catcher I forgot to announce was Courtney Elizabeth. She's done some wonderful color. T-Coy, another good one too. Yes, and you know what? Shonda and Eric has collaborated together with T-Coy as well, and they collaborated with Courtney. They collaborated with Alex as well, and they've Ghost was talking about being adamant, and they've all worked with detectives and police officers that get the real sicko. Sometimes in certain cities they won't do it like that. They're saying, well, there's not evidence out there. But some will actually do it like that because, you got chat logs, you got, the pictures, all this stuff like that. And some of these creeps actually, they're sending out there like dick pics out there, and they're wanting to have sex with minors out there.
People in that manner is wonderful. Him approaching people maybe crosses the line. Him punching people in the face
that's a no-no.
Definitely crosses the line. And right now we see a situation where people who have been accused of being child predators by him, punched in the face by him, now may be facing manslaughter or murder charges. We don't even know what happens when he should have just turned that information over to the authorities and let them handle their case. So I'm saddened that this man has lost his life. Proud of the great work that he did and the legacy that follows. I hope people understand that vigilante is not it's not a way to go. And the idea that Marvel movies make people believe that we should show up in this manner might not be a smart thing.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you more. I agree with you. I'm in lockstep with your assessment there. The one thing I am curious about is more of his story, because I too agree with you. One person falsely accused is too much, and wouldn't you want to defend yourself when someone walks up, accuses you wrongly?
Yeah, you know what the sad thing is? Unfortunately, that's what happened to Tommy Fellows. He was doing a catch out there. I think he was doing a couple other people. Rochelle was not with him at the time, but unfortunately, Tommy thought that the person he was meeting up was a pedophile, and it finds out he actually went after the wrong guy. It was a guy who was innocent, and Tommy felt so bad he had. I think he had to take the video down, and he sincerely apologized for the guy. He wholeheartedly like that. But yeah, I remember like that, and sometimes it happens. I saw one time there was a pred catcher out there up in Canada. I mean, just obliterated this guy, and the guy was innocent too as well. They got the wrong guy. The guy didn't. I mean, it was a total guy. It was called mistaken identity.
And then physically assaults you. So I wonder about his fire inside and what sparked that initially. And be honest with you, because there's too much that's done to children throughout the world, really, that is never reconciled. And we have people who have survived horrific things as children, who tuck it away or try to, and they go through society and they're not healed, they're broken through no fault of their own. I don't know what his story is, but this obviously was his passion, his mission, and it's a sad way to go. And like I said, I couldn't agree more with you. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I think it's important that you point out that fact that what is his motivating factor. When I was younger, when I was 8 years old, I had a female cousin that used to molest me, and it took a long time for me to process and deal with that. I think I was well into my 20s before I was able to even mention the fact that this person that my family adored as this great person, woman, had molested me when I was 8, 9 years old, and threatened me, and it created this monster as a child in me that made me want to be devious. So I definitely understand, people becoming products of their environment or reacting to their harm when it's unchecked or undealt with in ways that could be harmful for them.
Yeah, and we don't do enough to protect children. I think we can all agree on that. We also, when
That's also a reason why there's predator poachers. They're not trying to be, vigilante people out there. The reason why they do it out there because a lot of police agencies they only have so many, special needs like sex detectives or police officers that are working on sex crimes because their hands are full with like serious crimes like like robbery, murder, all kinds of stuff like that, like major cases like that. But there are agencies that never had like like the Law and Order SVU, Special Victims Unit. That's what it's called. And there's only so much of this, so that's why the predator poachers do this, and they collaborate with the detective police officers to help them out as well. Some people frown upon predator poachers out there or like that. No, they're helping out there because there are so many disgusting, grimy creeps out there. They don't give a fuck about the age of the child. They're only in it for one thing, is to get off for their own sexual gratification.
someone does get punished for doing something horrific to a child,
And also it's another thing about it's not about the sex. For some of these older like daddy-daughter relationships, when like a 40-something-year-old man want to have sex with 11, 12-year-old little girl, it's about power. It's about feeling the power, being in control. That's what it's about.
punishment doesn't seem to fit the crime. Here you have little beings, unformed fully minds, who are stolen from their families, from themselves, from society. There's people who we don't know, Mayor, who they ever could have been. And then when the worst happens, I don't think we give them the tools to help. We just send them on their way. Some people, can't deal with it. And I gotta be honest with you, my mouth was just wide open when you said what you said. And I feel some kind of way for the little boy in you. I feel like I can see and connect with the little boy who had to experience that because they're all of these feelings of not even understanding what is going on here. But it just really leaves a mark. And I hope that we can figure out a way to help people heal who were children, after all, and had to go through this. So we'll update the story. No charges yet. I believe the prosecutors will look at the case. It was being sent to them, but I don't know if I heard anything, perhaps possessing a weapon that you shouldn't have had, that deems it a chargeable offense. But I'm not.
Yeah. So now I always wonder why was the predator poacher? Why were they going? Why were they talking about Boopac, Shakur, Boopac? Now I know why. So there it is. Yeah. Crazy. Anyways, I'm out here much. Peace out.